Welcome to Two Crazy Scoops Podcast, the weekend coffee break with your hosts, AO and Antino. This week we're going to be talking about concerts, what our first concerts were, our second, third, 100th, and everything that has to do with music. So we hope you enjoy, and I hope this is the shorter track that's playing, but it doesn't look like it. So just sit still a little bit.
It's okay.
Hang in there.
It'll pass by.
No, just try to entertain you. You're sitting here with us. My goodness, I lost the wrong one. Wow, that is very long. Thank you. Yes, as I said, you're here with your hosts, AO and Antino. As you can tell, we do have some new... here, Aaron, can you please introduce it?
We have what?
Yeah, there you go.
Some new equipment. Hence all the sound effects and everything.
See, no, actually, we got a harp player in the background and the little chime thing. So.
Exactly. No, it's cool. We're just testing it out. So this will be the first episode with our new recorder.
So if it sounds a little funnier than usual, it's because we're still messing around with the levels and everything.
Yeah, we got to get it figured out.
Although it should sound funny in general, right? That's what the podcast is all about, man.
Exactly.
So if it sounds funnier than usual, then sit tight and enjoy. So this week we're going to talk about concerts. We know there's a lot of music here in Tucson. You got small concerts, you got big concerts, you got really big concerts. So this week we're going to talk about that. Aaron, what was your first concert that you, let's say, that you went to that you said you remembered? Apparently you were going to concerts in the womb, so.
Apparently. Before I get started with that, though, I do want to say I want this to kind of be a little bit interactive for people who are listening as well. So if you could go to the Instagram, Two Crazy Scoops.
No one's going to do it, Aaron.
But no, I think they will.
No, they won't.
I think they will. And I want you to post what your first concert was.
On where?
On the Instagram. Just make a comment when we post it.
Oh, when we post about this episode.
When we post this episode, if you could just go in and...
Please, for Aaron's sake.
Yeah.
For Aaron's
I just want to
sanity.
see some interaction because I don't want people just to sit around and be like, why are they talking about a concert? I want it to be interactive.
Oh, okay.
I want, and then maybe on the next episode, we'll talk about what
that
we
person
saw.
And make fun of them for their first
We'll make
concert.
fun of them for their first concert. No, we won't say names. We'll just say, hey, got a couple of people and this is what they said.
Do you have any shout outs you want to do for anybody?
No, not really.
I'll make a shout out to Ethan. He's been pretty supportive. Him, Miguel, they're all been supporting on the Instagram and stuff.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'll make a shout out to them.
Yeah, we'll double that because they listen. Oh, and Levi said he listens on a regular basis.
Levi, oh yeah. What's up, dude?
So if that's the case, then yeah. But anyway, back to the subject. First concerts.
Yes.
So my first concert, and I talked to Antino about this a little bit before we started, but my first concert, I can vaguely remember it, but it was actually New Kids on the Block. And I just remember going with a bunch of kids, and the only thing I remember is it was in the Palace. I remember that much, at the Palace of Auburn Hills in Michigan, where the Pistons used to play.
The who?
Where the Pistons.
Oh, okay.
The Detroit Pistons, basketball, where they used to play, and I remember being in the stadium. I remember hearing a lot of screaming, and that's all I really remember. I don't remember the concert itself that much, just all the screaming and lots of noise. And I was so young at the time. I think I was 4, maybe.
Wow.
At this concert. So, yeah, that was a different experience for me. Obviously, I had never been around that many loud people before, so that's why it stood out to me. And it's a shame I don't remember the actual concert that much because. I didn't really care about them or the music at that age. I just heard of them. So.
Yeah. Interesting.
That was my first concert. That's all I remember.
Nice. My first concert is pretty embarrassing. I can't really say I purposely chose this to be my first concert, but do we ever choose anything in life, Aaron?
Lies.
Is there anything that is really...
You were old enough to know better.
So let's take us back to January 2008.
Wasn't even that long
in
ago.
Tucson, Arizona. I don't know if it's 2008. It was sometime.
That sounds about right.
No, my goodness. Is it 2008, really? Anyways, I was young. My sister, she really liked the Jonas Brothers. They were throwing a free concert. This radio station hosted them to play outside. And so we went out there, and it was freezing. And I had to stand through that stupid concert. But it was mostly going because my sister and her friends were going. So I was like, well, I have nothing else to do. I got out of school, too, for that. So I didn't have to go to school. If it was just between me, I'd be fine. But my friend, he found a picture of the concert online on the radio station's website. And he circled my head so that you could see me standing in the crowd. And then there was this thing, I'm not sure if it's still around, it was called Free Webs. He would make websites, just goof off all the time. He made a website dedicated to the fact that was the concert that I was at, with like my face like zoomed in. He had circled and everything.
Wow.
It was pretty funny, but
yeah,
nothing is private anymore. But yeah, again, there was a lot of screaming there. I just remember being cold, and I remember being like, these guys aren't really that good, but these people all love them, so.
It's all about marketing.
Yeah.
That's funny how both of our first concert were these
boy bands.
Really strange.
Have you seen a boy band since, Aaron?
If Boys to Men count, then yes.
I don't think so.
If they count as a boy band, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I was thinking more like the line like Backstreet Boys or whatever.
No, I never saw any of the like the big pop bands. I never saw any of them in the concert, but the next concert that I remember going to was actually Boys to Men.
Oh, okay.
And by this point, I was older. This was like 97, so I was like 12. And it was Boys to Men, and this is when a group called Next, I don't know if you remember them or not, but R&B group. So Next opened for them. This is when Destiny's Child first came out. So they opened for them. And there was another R&B singer named Uncle Luke. He only had one hit. Uncle Sam, that's what his name was. And he had one hit, and it was an R&B hit, and he disappeared after that. So, but yeah, that was the second concert. And that one was amazing because that was when that wasn't like when Boyz II Men was at their peak, but it was like right after the peak period, and they were kind of starting to die down a little bit. It was for their third album.
Off.
No, not die off, but they were still popular.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like during their second album. The second album was the huge one that blew up. Okay. This was for the third album. So it was still a good album, but it wasn't like as good as the second one.
I still haven't really listened to them.
Well, you know, that was just what I grew up listening to, mostly R&B.
I gotta listen to it then.
Yeah, it was good. So that was the next concert that I think I can remember.
Okay. Well, that's not too bad. I think after that, let me see. What did I see? It's kind of hard because a lot of my memories are jumbled together because when I did start going to concerts that I wanted to go to, it was mostly bands that I didn't know about, but I had a friend at the time who was like really into like the super indie music. And the music itself wasn't something that I was very impressed with. It was more just the talent, I guess. I'm not really somebody who's going to listen to instrumentals, but he was really into this band called L1011, who I still go see when they come in town. But it's two guys. One guy plays the guitar, the other one plays the drums. But the guitarist, he has like a guitar pedal, so he loops. Like he'll play a verse, and this little machine records it, and so then it loops it, so it'll play that same chord progression. He plays over that, a little medley or something, then he loops over that. So he like slowly constructs this like really, really elaborate song, and it's pretty cool. It's really impressive to see that kind of talent. So I'm not really that into going to see big bands, though. And even, like, you have to be selective because at that venue, it's attached to a bar. And so it's like $12 to get into the show, which is, like, awesome because it's a cheap show. Gotcha. But pretty much anybody could get in there. So it, like, got really rowdy, and the band just got mad and kind of, like, just finished off and left. So that's Tucson for you. Yeah,
go figure.
But, yeah. What's the craziest thing you've seen live, then? Musically,
what do you mean by the craziest?
Well, I saw a band, and this guy opened up. His name was Wolf, with like 2 F's at the end, and he played a tuba, and he did the same thing where he looped different sound effects. So there's this thing called like a pitch bend, where you can play, and even though it's a deep note, you can make it sound higher pitched. So he was playing music and singing into the tuba.
Oh, okay.
What song do you think he was singing?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
How would I?
Yeah, there's a whole ladder. He's singing like, "This is what it sounds like when doves cry" by Prince.
Oh wow. Okay.
He's like,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, it's like this huge tuba. It's crazy.
Nice.
That was a long time ago, so I don't really know where that guy is anymore. He obviously didn't make it.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've had anything like that before.
Oh,
I've seen a lot of smaller bands in New York, though. A lot of bands I don't remember their names, so I can't tell you who they were, but they were very talented. They did covers and they had original songs. So there's a lot of that in New York, so I love being there. As far as big names are concerned, though, I did see U2.
oh, you did?
Yeah,
Wow.
that was about 10 years ago. They had a tour.
They were bigger back then, too.
Yeah, they had a tour called the 360 Tour, and it was at Giant Stadium, I think, in New Jersey. It was in Jersey for sure. I think it was still Giant Stadium before they tore it down and rebuilt it. But anyway, that was an amazing tour because this giant, the only way I can describe it, what it looked like was like a giant sheet that was a circle, like it was in the shape of a circle. It was like if you can imagine like a curtain rod with the curtain still hanging from it, and you just bend the rod so that it's like a circle, and there's like the curtains were like these white, it was like white, almost like sheets, and they came down, and what they did is they projected the images of the band onto those sheets.
Cool.
So no matter where you sat at, you could see them, but you could still see through the sheets. So you could still see them on stage, and like Bono was walking around everywhere, so you can still see them, but you can look at the sheet and see the projection of them on it. So you can either look directly at them or in a sheet. I keep saying sheet, but it was like a screen almost. That's how it looked.
Yeah.
But that was really cool. And what was funny is that I had got their greatest hits before the concert because I didn't really know. I remember their songs from like the late 90s.
Yeah.
Because that's when we got MTV, and so I started, listening to some of their singles and stuff. But I didn't know a lot about their music before that. So I remember getting the greatest hits, and I'm like, and I was loving it, and I'm like, okay. And then I saw them live, and I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, they're a pretty good band. I can't say that I've listened to a lot of their albums, but I have listened to like the greatest hits.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And consistently, I'll play it back and be like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, they were really good. And you mentioned Prince earlier. I actually had a chance to see him live too.
Wow.
I think that was also in Jersey, I think too.
Oh, cool.
And he put on a really good show. And at this point, he wasn't, this also was about 10 years ago, roughly.
Yeah, you're a party animal 10 years ago, Aaron.
Well, no. It's just that. But when you live so close to New York, there's always stuff happening. So it's like, yeah, he came out, and it was good because he only first of all, I didn't realize he danced a lot in concert.
Oh.
So he was actually dancing a lot. He had really good backup singers. And he didn't do any of, he has a lot of controversial songs, obviously, but he didn't do, any of the dirty songs in the past, which, was surprising. But
were you disappointed?
a little bit, because I wanted to hear, never mind. But
come on. I came here.
Well, he didn't sing When Doves Cry, for example.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. So
maybe I'm just oblivious as to what
it's good. Just stay
okay.
Just stay that way.
All I know is they played on the radio. So
yeah, but no, that he didn't sing that. But it was good. He put on an amazing show, and I was shocked how good it was. He did a really good job. He's a true musician, and I've seen him perform on TV live. But it's something about being at a concert where you hear the music played live.
Yeah,
live music is amazing.
Did he play just kind of like songs you hadn't heard of before?
He did, because he had put out newer songs too.
So on Spotify, it'll tell me when new stuff is available. I think one of his live albums came out recently, and it wasn't even it was during the time, I guess, that he was he changed his name to a symbol. I forget what was the whole thing. Yeah. So it was really awesome. The whole band was really tight knit. It sounded really good.
Yeah, and he was a true musician, and you can tell because just like what you were saying, his band, everybody was on point. And you can tell that's a musician right there, a real musician right there. And we're not talking about, overproduced pop music. We're talking about a guy who knew what he was doing.
Yeah. And
it showed. He had real talent and sang live, no lip syncing, none of that. It was a real show. So that was probably one of my favorite concerts.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm trying to think who else I saw.
I've seen a guy play a didgeridoo one time. Or something like that. was like they have like an open mic thing. This place on 4th Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
and we went there one time with some friends because my friend was doing like a spoken word poetry thing. And I'm not sure if it was the same night or if it was a different night, but there was some guy and he was like, wow, 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 wow. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And some people were pretty into it. So I'm like, okay, well, something for everybody.
Nice.
So yeah, hang with me, Aaron, and you'll see the most interesting instruments.
Oh man.
But yeah, so that's kind of been our experience. Again, you can, oh wait, before we end, what's the most corniest joke that you have, Aaron?
The most corniest joke?
Yeah, just one that you think is, it doesn't have to be funny. Just what's a joke? Tell me a joke.
Now you just put me on the spot.
Oh,
I can't think of
gosh,
a joke.
man. Why couldn't the bike stand up?
Why couldn't the bike stand up?
Yeah,
I don't know.
because he was too tired. Yes.
You just wanted to use that.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't. You gotta eat more popsicles, man. That's how you get these jokes. Okay, go out, buy yourself a box of popsicles.
Got you. Okay. Yeah.
And this is a call to action to everyone else too. Go buy popsicles and invest in the popsicle industry.
Are we gonna edit this or no?
No.
Because I do have a joke.
Oh,
Just talk about it, but you might have to edit it out. So.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, that's okay. Never mind.
Okay. Let me see if I can set this back up again. So this is pretty interesting.
Oh, one other thing I'm just gonna throw out while you're getting the music set up. Country music.
Ew.
I'm not a country music fan at all, but I went to a Rascal Flatts concert about 9 years ago, and it was actually really good.
Oh,
People had extra tickets, and so I was like,
well,
"All
of
right,
course
I'll
they'd
take
have
one."
extra tickets, Aaron.
Yeah,
It's
and
the
so I
Rascal
was like,
Flatts.
whatever. I don't like country, but I'll go. But here's another thing. I will say this about most country musicians. Again, they're talented. Because it's funny because we get so used to hearing like this overproduced, pop music on radio.
Sure.
But a lot of country singers actually can play their instruments and they can actually sing.
You know what's funny is actually I did play a Rascal Flatts song for a going away party for somebody.
Really?
And it was like against everything I've ever believed in. I didn't sing it. I was just like, someone's like, oh, my sister can sing. If you can play this, because she
Dude.
wanted to sing a song for her sister going away. And I was like,
But
sure.
they put on a good show. And like I said, I'm not even a country music fan, but they did a really good job. And the bands who opened for them were really good. So I'm just throwing out I'm just throwing it out there. Live music is, if they're talented, live music is
If they're
awesome.
talented, yes.
Yeah.
You are correct, Aaron.
Yeah. So anyway. Oh, okay. Let's end this. Let's just end it.
In a beautiful way.
Oh my! We will have better sound effects next week. These are the stock ones that
These
came.
are the stock ones that came with it. And one of them, I don't know.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is. So when we start
Dude,
talking
we
about
should-
murder mysteries.
Yeah, we should do that. We should do a murder mystery. That should be one of our episodes.
What? Did I tell you about my
Crime Junkie, man. Have you ever listened to Crime Junkie?
did I tell you about my eye doctor as a child?
Mm-mm.
He was on America's Most Wanted. And that's not a joke. And I really liked him. And my mom still has his business card.
Is he in jail now?
I actually don't know, but he hired someone to kill someone. It was insane.
Oh, I think you told me about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was on they made a whole portrayal of his story, everything that went on about that.
Well, the thing is, if he hired somebody though, they probably did something to him. So who
Oh
knows?
no, they killed him.
Oh, they actually
They
did
have
kill.
footage
Oh,
of
I
them
thought.
putting the body in the back.
Oh, I thought you were saying like it was an attempted whatever.
No, he actually murdered the guy.
That's crazy. And then he came in the next day. All right, let's check
No,
your eyes.
it was because they split ways.
Mhm.
Obviously, well, I mean, they went their separate ways.
Yeah.
Who knows why? But you can only guess.
Well, yeah. If one is dead, then yeah, they definitely went their separate
And
ways.
so the guy was like, "Well, there's only one way I can get business, and it's by getting rid of my last coworker."
Wow.
So you just phone a hitman. What's the number for that, anyways? I've been looking for that one.
For a hitman?
Yeah, you're just
I know
like,
a few
oh,
people.
hey, Billy, how's it going? He's like, dude, I'm kind of busy right now. Oh, hey, sorry, I know you're a busy guy. So I got this guy that just get to the okay. Well, I just kill someone for me. He's
Oh,
like,
wow.
oh, just come on, man. Are you sure you want to do this? Yeah, I think so. Okay, well, it's gonna cost you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, well,
That's horrible.
that's how those phone calls go. I don't know if you've ever called a hitman before.
No, I haven't. I'm not a deviant.
He's got
like
Rascal
you.
Flatts blasting in the background. Hey, yeah, no, I'm busy right now. I'm at a Rascal Flatts concert.
Right.
Oh, gosh, he must be one of the worst hitmen of them all.
Unless his victim was at the concert too. Now let's end this. This has gone on too long.
Okay.
We are 5 minutes over.
Oh, jeez. Okay, let me see. There we go.
Yep.
This has been a Two Crazy Scoops podcast with your hosts, AO and Antino. Stay tuned this Monday as we have Danny Carlisle again, who's going to come talk to us about his IT work and a lot of other interesting experiences. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, whatever Aaron wants you to do.
Two Crazy Scoops
Oh, jeez.
on Instagram.
Oh, here, you can finish this one, Aaron.
Yeah, Two Crazy Scoops on Instagram. Tell us what your favorite concert was.
Please don't tell us.
Yes, and any
No,
other comments.
I don't want to know.
Any other comments?
I
that
don't
you wanna
personally
leave.
care.
You should do it. No, definitely do it.
Do it. Okay. Oh, here you go. The last part. I love this little.
Oh, this is horrible.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to change this music.